Van Aert versus Van der Poel, Cyclocross Duels. The rivalry between Van Aert and Van der Poel, we have already seen it all. After winning the Cyclocross World Championships, Mathieu van der Poel commented that his battle with Wout van Aert has developed into a story of its own. Here at Cycling News Live, we'll watch all the present scenario. When they discussed the 2021 Cyclocross World Championships, which the Dutchman won on the beach at Oostende, Mathieu van der Poel stated that his competition with Wout van Aert is getting greater than the sport itself. Van der Poel, speaking about his triumph, stated, "We've had some fairly fantastic clashes in the past. It starts to create a tale of its own. The challenge his Belgian competitor was mounting was hampered by a flat tire, which allowed Van der Poel to take the lead. I think it's great that we have someone like him because the duel between us is becoming more popular than the sport itself. That's great news, and it's good news for me too." When asked if the pressure from their rivals keeps him interested in cyclocross despite his increasingly hectic road schedule, the Dutchman responded, "Maybe a little bit." In order to defeat Wout van Aert in cyclocross, he said, "The essential aspect is I have to be at 110%, and that inspires me a lot." To paraphrase, it's not that the other guys aren't riding fast, not at all, but we notice that if we get to our best level in cyclocross, the two of us are just the strongest. Since 2015, only Van der Poel and Van Aert have won the title, a dominance that almost feels unfair to the rest of the field, given their combined total of 4 victories. The Tour of Flanders last year concluded with a spectacular sprint between the two, signaling the rivalry's expansion onto the road. Despite being the son of a former cyclocross world champion and a road classic specialist, and the grandson of the great Raymond Poel, Van der Poel has no intention of giving up the cross. "I'll keep coming back as long as possible because it's fun for me, and it breaks up the long winter a little bit when road riders are just training hours and hours. The discipline is becoming less and less significant," he said, as he focuses on road racing success and an Olympic gold medal in mountain biking, which he considered sitting out his maiden Tour de France for. Van der Poel, who is still only 26, stated, "I don't think I have anything more to prove in cyclocross except for winning the world." Even though it's not on the Olympic roster, Eric de Vlaeminck's record of 7 world championships remains the benchmark to beat. Perhaps there's a chance. "Even though I have already accomplished a great deal and won 4 world championships, I intend to continue improving and competing at a high level until I am at least 30. Before we talk about the race highlights of 2022, let's know a bit about both racers. Mathieu van der Poel. Born on January 19, 1995, Mathieu van der Poel is a professional cyclist from the Netherlands who competes on the Alpecin Deceuninck UCI Pro Team. He competes in the cyclocross, mountain bike racing, gravel cycling, and road bicycle racing categories of the sport. He is best known for winning the Cyclocross World Championships in Tabor in 2015, Bonies in 2019, Dubendorf in 2020, and Oostende in 2021. The Junior Road Race World Championships in Florence in 2013, and twice winning the Junior Cyclocross World Championships in Cookshede in 2012 and Louisville in 2013. He was the first rider to win multiple titles. In addition, Van der Poel won the Dutch National Road Race Championships in Hogerheide in 2018, and he also won the 2019 editions of the Dwars door Vlaanderen, the Brabants Pijl, and the Amstel Gold Race. All of those races were from 2019. Van der Poel is a member of a family of competitive cyclists and was born in Capellen. His brother David is also a significant figure in cyclocross racing and won the 2013 National Under-23 Championships in Hilvenbeek. His father, Audrey, won the Dutch National Championship 6 times and the World Cyclocross Championships in 1996. During his career, Audrey also won several classics and was a stage winner in the Tour de France twice. His maternal grandfather was the French cyclist Raymond Poel, who finished the Tour de France in runner-up position 3 times and in 3rd place 5 times. Poel won the 1964 Vuelta in España and also finished the Tour de France in 3rd place 5 times. Whereas, when we're talking about Wout van Aert, he is a professional racer from Belgium who competes on the road and in cyclocross. He was born on September 15, 1994, and he is now a member of the UCI World Team Jumbo-Visma. At the UCI Cyclocross World Championships in 2016, 2017, and 2018, he took first place in the elite men's race each year. After finishing his contract with Verandus Willems-Cirellen in 2018, he started racing for Team Jumbo-Visma in 2019 on an agreement that was good for 3 years. At the fifth and final exact cross competition of the year, Van Aert emerged victorious with a stunning victory under the Mole Darkness. Van der Poel was in a tie for the lead of this primary adversary, but as soon as the Belgian made an effort to get ahead with 3 circuits to go, Van der Poel was unable to stay up with him. After a subdued performance, Pidcock took third place on the podium, finishing ahead of Sweeck and Hermans. Van Aert had an outstanding performance, but Van der Poel has to settle for coming in second, almost a minute behind. The plan for the race called for a tense confrontation between the top 3 riders in cyclocross, and it didn't disappoint. The race began with a great deal of parity, and then Van Aert and Van der Poel made the decision to tighten and release Pidcock, who was a long way from competing for the win, along with Sweeck and Hermans, who refused to give up. After that, the race became significantly more competitive. The race got underway with a strong performance by Van der Poel, who was the favorite despite beginning in last position. After only a few meters had passed, the 3 cyclists who had been seated were sprinting in close proximity to one another behind the riders who were now in the lead positions. At the end of the first lap, Hermans was leading a very large group, which suggested that everyone was conserving their energy for an important point in the race. At the conclusion of the second circuit, there were only 5 people left in the group: Van Aert, Van der Poel, Pidcock, Hermans, and Sweeck. The race proceeded without any further complications, but there were a few shifts in leadership that did not significantly alter the overall trajectory of the competition. And there were also a few small adjustments to the tempo of the race, but none of the 5 riders were left behind. The first serious incident of the day occurred when Van Aert crashed at the exit of a sandy turn. However, he was able to recover without losing any significant amount of time. At the beginning of the 4th lap, Hermans was ready to mix up the race. He exerted a lot of force, and Pidcock and Sweeck fell further behind. The Belgian cyclist shocked everyone by teaming up with 2 riders, Van Aert and Van der Poel, who appeared to be competing at a comparable level. Nevertheless, Van Aert and Van der Poel were able to get rid of Hermans on the following lap, and everyone got set to witness the struggle for the triumph that these 2 stars of the sport were going to face against each other. It was a competition of equals that left you with the impression that the outcome of the race was going to be decided in the very last few seconds. But it wasn't until the 6th circuit that Van Aert made his decisive adjustment to the speed of the race. This occurred simultaneously when Van der Poel had a little misstep on the sandy ascent. Despite this, the Dutchman was unable to catch up to his rivals, and ever since then, the divide that existed between them has simply widened. Van Aert closed the distance by 7 seconds, which rapidly became 10 seconds. The remainder of the race demonstrated that Van Aert was significantly more advanced than Van der Poel on this particular day. On the 6th lap, he gained 12 seconds, 34 on the second to last lap of the race, and 53 in the final. Van Aert won with a significant amount of dominance, and as a result, he will be in a confident state for the next event on his packed schedule, which is the Gavir World Cup on December 26th. After being passed by Van Aert, who had no competition, it was necessary for Van der Poel to start over and make an effort to improve his performance in Gavir. Pidcock was far behind, but he saved the day by coming in 3rd place against Sweeck and Hermans, who were both very good. That's it for today's video. Hey, if you want to stay updated, please do hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more.